in the media conference with Lal Goel, which is brought to you by V4 News, Caru News, V4 Stream, Malnadu TV India, News Gaon se, Samvad Sarokar News, Bharat Post News, Gyan and Organ Donation India Foundation. Our endeavor is to enlighten you with the current topic. And today's topic is very current for those who are in this field or those who wants to join this field. That is a youth conclave on agile marketing. Agile marketing is an organizational effectiveness strategy that uses self-organizing cross-functional teams doing work in frequent iteration. It aims to drive growth by focusing team efforts on those that deliver value to the end customer. This emerging practice in marketing applies selected principles of agile software development. Proponents argue this increases speed, quality, flexibility, and effectiveness of a marketing department. At its core, agile marketing is a tactical marketing approach in which teams identify and focus their collective efforts on high-value projects, complete those projects cooperatively, measure their impact, and then continuously and incrementally improve the results over time. Also, agile marketing is simply a less stressful way to be a marketer, and that alone makes it worthwhile. Now, to interact on this very important topic, that is agile marketing, we have 27 youth guests with us, pan-India from different universities. They are the students of BBA and MBAs from different universities and colleges and institutions. And we have our chief guest. I would like to invite our chief guest and introduce him. He is Professor Dr. Sudhi Saran. Professor Dr. Sudhi Saran is the former visiting professor IIM Lucknow and University of Texas at Dallas, USA. He is the senior director of Don Bosco Group, Bengaluru. He is the founder of Dr. Sharan Consultancy, California, USA. He is the director of Aldo Private Limited, New Delhi. He has done his MBA from IIM Ahmedabad in 1980. He did PhD in 1986. He started teaching and researching business and entrepreneurship since 1984. He published research papers in reputed journals, international seminar proceedings and chapters in books of readings. He started academic administration phase as dean in 1997, rising to executive director, controlling management and engineering institutes in 2007. Her Highness, Governor of Karnataka, nominated Dr. Sharan to the Senate of Bangalore University in recognition of his distinguished academic contributions. He was visiting professor to University of Texas at Dallas from 2012 to 2019. He also visited Washington State University and President University, Indonesia on the invitation of the Dean Faculty of Business in 2018. He innovated and implemented a unique model to double the turnover with existing infrastructure in one accounting year. He is co-promoter of Institute of Family Business Management Society. He is honorary director of NCR Delhi-based high-tech B2B digital startup. He is also co-founder of OWGI Foundation, which promotes social entrepreneurship ventures. Welcome, Professor Dr. Sudhi Saran on our show. Professor Dr. Sudhi Saran, as you know, today we have 27 youth guests, and the topic is Youth Conclave on Agile Marketing. After you will speak, this youth guest will be asking questions to you, and I am as you we have seen in our earlier programs, you are going to answer all the questions easily, so that our youth who have joined us and those who are watching or viewing our show right now live, all those who are going to watch afterwards whenever they have time, are going to be benefit immensely. So the Youth Conclave on Agile Marketing, Professor Dr. Sudhi Saran, please.
Thank you, Mr. Goel. for this golden opportunity given to me. I'm very proud and honored to be with you. I'm also happy that so many young talent is along with us present today. So that will make the discussion fruitful and beneficial to most of us. Since time is of essence in business in general, and today every minute counts for us, so I'll try to be as crisp and as precise in my introductory statements. Remember that in 2000, there was a crash in California. This was crash of the dot-com companies. It was called dot-com boom to bust. Okay. Now, what caused this one? The bust was caused because of two main reasons. One was technological, the other was moral. There were a whole host of people who wanted to make a quick buck, and they entered the startup arena. On the other hand, there were people who were more dreamers than doers, and they started startups because funds were available. Now, obviously, reality is a hard place.
Sorry, you have muted, Dr. Saran.
Without
Please go ahead.
Had to pay a price. So, in this context of dot-com bust, a set of serious people came together and they put their mind, what should we do to save the golden system of startups in California and in the world in general? This group of people presented a manifesto. They called it the Agile Manifesto. I'm sure my youth guests will have done a lot of Google research. I'm not repeating things which they would have found there. For example, I'm not repeating what were the 4 values and 12 principles in the Agile Manifesto in 2001, and only name a few principles so that you understand the context. Now, if an industry is threatened seriously, survival is the big question and bouncing back is the priority. So, Agile Manifesto, mother of agile software development framework or culture or system, which you very well explained in your opening statement. It is efficient and effective organizational approach to certain kind of business, was born in 2001. It is not a matter of a small significance. In fact, in my personal opinion, it is a gigantic step, and hence the value of agile marketing that we are going to discuss today. Let's understand it in a moment. If the very lifeline, if the very oxygen supply tube is cut, the organism dies. And the entire achievements of great names in technology would have come to naughts if this Agile Manifesto had not come. The traditional system was predominantly called Waterfall Model. Now, in Waterfall Model, what happens is the customer tells you his requirements of the system that he wants. And you put a team to now analyze and divide into subsystems that are needed. Take the example of a car. In the Waterfall Model, the team lead will come and say, all right, Automobile has to have tires, has to have chassis, has to have engine, has to have a body. So 4 teams will be formed and they will do respective analysis and come up with the solution, engineering solution. If it were a software, 4 teams will start working on 4 components, which they will now synthesize, test, debug, and deliver to a customer. It may take a long time because the whole product is being built and delivered in one go, episodal. Now, this is what attracted the bad people, because there was so much place to hide behind with failures swept under the carpet. So they said we have to make it transparent and we have to do this. And the Agile Manifesto, the very first principle is we have to satisfy the customer by delivering frequently a value which enhances their operations or satisfaction. If it is B2B, then the success of the customer depends on our successful delivery of the product. You realize this is something very powerful, very powerful. We keep on routinely saying the purpose of business is to satisfy customers, but we don't say how, why. Here it says by continuously delivering value in a complex environment for the satisfaction of the customer. And when is the customer satisfied? If I'm an end user, final consumer, then I want to improve my life. There is an app through which I speak to my wife, WhatsApp video call. So that is it. Or if I'm business, HDFC Bank, who tries to break the nexus of the strong brokers and free the locked in funds in thousands of crores in the system lying unproductive. This was the platform on which HDFC today has become one of the top 5 private sector banks. This software is done. So the Agile Manifesto converted into many frameworks. It is a broad umbrella. For those of you who have researched it, you will understand a Scrum framework to developing value and delivering to customers. You will have heard about Kanban framework, that's part of Agile. Then the two can be combined. Then Steve Blake came with lean organization. So lean and mean development framework. All these technical things are there. So to set the framework, it is a beautiful topic. Why it is beautiful is, had this manifesto not come, my judgment is the kind of bad governance that we have had the global stage, developed countries, mid countries, and poor countries, all of them have been making erroneous errors in governance. Objectively speaking, mega mistakes they are making. And the impact of that will be lowering of the standard of living. If that has not happened, on the contrary, if the standard of living has improved, thanks is largely to those entrepreneurs in the world who swam against the current, and agile methodology was their best friend, best partner, best platform. So that is the huge contribution that we have had. We have otherwise have faced a very stark future in last 20 years if this has not happened. That's how important it is. So now I'll stop here. I will listen to my young people and let's see how it goes. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Dr. Sudhi Saran, for explaining what is agile marketing and what is the importance of agile marketing and the Agile Manifesto and how they have saved the world by coming out with that Agile Manifesto. Thank you very much, Professor Saran. Now, I would like to invite my first youth guest, and he is Mr. Ajay Kumar. Mr. Ajay Kumar.
Yes, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah, please. One moment, please. Who is shouting there? Someone. Yeah, Mr. Ajay Kumar. Yes, I can hear. We can hear you. Please go ahead. Introduce yourself and ask your question.
I am Ajay Kumar Tittal. I am doing MBA from Hindustan Institute of Management and Computer Studies, Hare Mathura. And my question is, how is Agile methodology different from traditional waterfall process?
Second question.
Second question is, how is marketing work organized under Agile?
Okay. The waterfall model looked at the total and delivered the total. Agile methodology, whichever variety you take it, whether you take a Scrum, you take Kanban, you take Lean, this will continuously deliver small values to the customer. So the gestation is less, so you need fewer people, you need fewer capital to do the work. And therefore, it democratized the business to people like you who can do it. Earlier in the waterfall model, you have to have large capital, you have to come from privileged background. So this is one difference. Agile marketing versus traditional marketing is very different in few sense. The basics are the same. 4 P's for products and 7 P's for services is common to both of them. No difference there. But if their advertising is happening, what used to happen is market research was done for 6 months by the advertising agency, come up with the headline and the visual which they will need. In agile marketing, that work is done very quickly. Within minutes, copy is developed. Within minutes, the advertisement is placed and it goes online. And then varieties are there. Each of them have tags. So marketer finds out which ad is working, which is not working. And therefore, agile marketing conserves precious dollars in marketing budget. That is one of the benefits. I'll stop here. Okay. I hope you get an idea.
Thank you very much, Professor San. Thank you very much, Mr. Ajay. Now, my next youth guest is Mr. Amit Sarkar.
Hello, sir. My name is Amit Sarkar. I am from Assam Downtown University. I'm a final year student of BBA IB. Sir, it's a great opportunity to have an interaction.
Which city, please?
Sir, it's in Guwahati. Assam Downtown University, Guwahati.
Okay.
So my first question is Agile methodology always helpful in marketing? And the second question is, sir, in aggregator business model, will Agile marketing be helpful?
My answer is yes to both of your questions. Agile methodology is helpful in businesses, and aggregators do benefit. After all, aggregators have to build client profile and client base. They have to attract more profitable clients, and they have to have more of them. Both of these things can be achieved more competitively using agile marketing. So my answer is yes to both your questions. Hope you are satisfied.
Okay, thank you, Professor Saran, and thank you, Mr. Amit. Now my next youth guest is Mr. Avdesh.
Good morning, sir. My name is Avdesh Pundir. I am an MBA first year student at 𝐂𝐀𝐑𝐔 Group of Institution. My first question is that
city, please give complete introduction, please. City.
𝐂𝐀𝐑𝐔 Group of Institution, Ghaziabad.
Please go ahead.
My first question is that how to choose the right agile marketing framework, and the second is that how we can apply agile in digital marketing.
Very good. Agile marketing is a framework in itself. It's a way of thinking. The traditional marketing, we did not move beyond gut feeling. Even research was trying to build insights, intuitive ones. When we came to agile marketing, we had access to scientific way of making decisions. what you can call data-driven decision making. So Agile, which is data-driven, is the framework against the traditional. That's answer to your first question. Then the question is, in digital environment, this works wonders. In fact, it is designed for digital environment only. So Agile marketing will stop to function in a non-digital setup. It does require the digital support or digital ecosystem, so to speak. It's home. I hope you understand of this.
Thank you very much, Professor Saran, and thank you, Mr. Avdesh. Now, my next youth guest is Miss D. Likita.
Yes, sir. Myself, Likta. I'm pursuing MBA second year in Marri Lakshman Reddy Institute of Technology and Management, Hyderabad, sir. So my question is, what are the strategies of agile marketing and how it is good for agile marketing, sir?
Okay. So the strategies are driven by objective of the organization, which most logically is connected to the life cycle stage of the organization. If it is a small organization growing, then their strategic objective is to make sure their product penetrates into the market, and they want to find more attractive segments. So agile marketing strategies are focused on those ones. This is my answer to your first question. How does it, deliver value? How it is good will depend on implementation of those strategies. Thinking is only half the story. Doing it effectively is the remaining half. That's when the two coming together, results follow. This is my answer to your two questions.
Thank you, Professor Saran, and thank you, Ms. Likita. Now, my next youth guest is Mr. Harshit Sikka. Are you there, Mr. Harshit? Your video is off. Are you there? No, you are not there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But why you are
Yes, sir.
keeping your video off, please? Okay, please ask
Sir,
the question.
Okay. My name is Harshit Sikka, and I am pursuing BBA DMC from TMU, Muradabad. And sir, my first question is, on which platform we should start our business? And second one is that, is digital marketing is good or bad?
Okay. The platform on which you want to start your business, you have two choices. According to my understanding, limited understanding, either go traditional brick and mortar platform or go take advantage of all the technological marvels available to us today. So choose one of the two platforms. Fortunately or unfortunately, you don't have either or option anymore, Harshit. Most people will start in one place and go to the other. Even Amazon has physical warehouses for meeting the supply chain requirements. So both ultimately combine together, like Ganga and Yamuna come together in Prayagraj. So that platform issue is now academic at best. In practice, you have to master the basics of both the platforms. Digital marketing is a thing which has come to stay here. And earlier you learned the fundamentals, which will be better. Now remember, in digital marketing, the product range has improved. The product can be intangible like software as a service. And the difference between product and service has been bridged by digital marketing. Therefore, you have to have a very open-mind learning approach when you are trying to get to know digital marketing and get to practice digital marketing. It is very important that you are open-minded individual to be successful. Hope, Harshit, it makes sense to you.
Thank you very much, Professor Saran.
Thank you
very much, Mr. Harshit. Now, my next youth guest is Miss Victoria.
My name is Irungbon Victoria. I'm a student of Assam Downtown University. BBA study. I'm studying BBA IB right now. And my question to you, sir, is that how is, if sir talked about the importance of agile marketing. So if it's that important and if it's that effective, why is not everyone using it? And my second question is that can a layman, can somebody who is not aware of marketing use agile marketing in their day-to-day activities? Thank you, sir.
The reason it is effective is it does more with less resources. I can reach my target audience with far a small marketing budget, advertising or communication budget than I could do in the traditional one. So this is where the biggest one is there. The benefit is there. Many more are there, of course. The scientific decision-driven decision making gives me a lot of confidence and peace of mind as marketer that I am not gambling for my organization. I am doing what is sure shot path to success. Coming to the layman, you see, you will have to be lay only in the technology domain. You cannot be lay person in the people domain. What I mean to say is you should have the ability to judge which technically equipped and skilled individual should I bring into my organization and give that individual agile marketing responsibility. If you have that, then being layman is no limitation. Victoria, I hope you understand the point. Yes.
Thank you, Professor Saran, and thank you, Ms. Victoria. Now, my next youth guest is Ms. Man Srivastava. Are you there, Ms. Srivastava? Yes, please go ahead. No,
I am a person D.
Yeah, please go ahead.
In international business from Sage University.
No, we can't. We are not hearing properly. I think some network issue. Ms. Srivastava, please get your network issue sorted out. I will take you again. Either shift from other place or change the network. We will take you afterwards once you are ready for this. Okay. Now, my next youth guest is Mr. Mahesh Kapre.
Yes, sir. So my name is Mahesh Suresh Kapre, and I am a final year student of 𝐂𝐀𝐑𝐔 University, Pune. And my question is, how Agile work for high volume project planning, and how would Agile be useful for single person marketing department? Thank you.
The high volume thing is a matter of scaling the operations. When you are in the growth stage, then that has to be done. My advice will be that be very frugal and be very experimental. That are the two aspects which will give you what you are looking for. As for the single individual, well, you have a generalist and you must build a system of incentivizing the learning. Be liberal in sending the person to seminars, conferences, to courses where the person can learn the basics of each of them. Most productive will be find a competent, experienced mentor to handhold with that person taking the responsibility. I hope you understand, Mahesh.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you, Professor Saran, and thank you, Mr. Mahesh. Now, my next youth guest is Miss Meenakshi.
Hello everyone, my name is Meenakshi Kumar. I'm from Delhi and I'm pursuing BBA in Entrepreneurship and Innovation from GIMS Rohini. And my first question is it required any prior experience in technology background, or what skills are required to succeed as an agile marketer? And my second question is, what advantages can business realize from agile marketing?
You see, the first question is very difficult for me to directly answer. If you mean some first-hand exposure to the technology world, I will say yes, that is required. If you literally mean working in the technology company, my answer is no. Today it is not required. A lot of Surrogate experiences are available to us in simulated modes and platforms available on internet. So direct experience is not required, but the first one is exposure, ability to understand. That is, so it was a slippery question, the first one. Hope I moved on to your satisfaction. The second one, the advantages, the best advantage is the peace of mind which this gives to me. I am very sure-footed in my movements. Earlier, when I did marketing, I started with marketing in 79. And I used to pray before practicing. Today, I experiment before practicing. So that advantage has come. Thank you, Meenakshi.
Thank you very much, Professor Saran. Thank you, Meenakshi. My next youth guest is Miss P. Soumya.
Yes, sir. My name is P. Soumya. I'm studying MBA second year from Mari Lakshman Reddy Institute of Technology and Management, Hyderabad. First of all, thank you, sir, for this wonderful opportunity. And my first question is agile marketing suitable for small teams? And my second question is, what technology tools are involved in agile?
My answer for the first question is yes, small is not a barrier anymore. In fact, it is better because the small ones are more swift-footed. They have very little bureaucracy, and this can be leveraged for quick decision making. So the organizing opportunities which exist in the first one, yes, they are favorable. So Soumya, that's the answer to the first one. The second one is which technology? Well, there are competing suppliers of technology. Today, cutthroat competition is there. And therefore, you need a person who can evaluate with respect to your own organizational requirements and find which one fits. But you'll have to drive the process, tell them whether you're looking for savings or you are looking for investment so that you have the biggest market share. That part you as a business owner or CEO will have to provide to that person. Together, then you can win. That's it.
Thank you very much, Professor Saran, and thank you, Ms. Soumya. Now, my next youth guest is Mr. Sachin Punia.
So my name is Sachin. I'm BBIB and my college is like Srinivas University, Mangalore. So my first question is agile marketing a methodology or an approach to marketing? And my second question is, how would agile be useful for single person marketing department? Yes.
Very good. It is both of them, Sachin. It's a methodology. It is an approach. In fact, it is both of them because it is a philosophy. The philosophy which says we will deliver on all the 12 principles of Agile Manifesto, which I mentioned. All 12 of them are beautiful. For example, the 6th principle says most efficient and effective way of communicating within the team of agile marketers is face-to-face conversation. Beautiful. Gray point will not be there. You know, any misunderstanding, rumors will not be there. Misinterpretation will not be there. Clarifications are possible. So this is the beauty of it. Now, coming to the usefulness, these features tell you what the uses and benefits will be there. So the first question answers the second question. I hope you are happy.
Thank you, Professor Saran, and thank you, Mr. Sachin. Now, my next youth guest is Miss Sakshi.
Hello, sir. My name is Sakshi Verma, and I am pursuing MBA from 𝐂𝐀𝐑𝐔 Group of Institutions, Ghaziabad. So my first question is, what is meant by having an agile marketing mindset? And my second question is, what are the main benefits of using the agile marketing approach? Thank you, sir.
The mindset is one which houses the 12 principles laid down in the Agile Manifesto. Imagine you have a palace with 12 rooms. Each room is one of those agile principles. Then that palace is agile mindset. I hope this analogy fits in your thinking. Now, coming to the benefits, the first benefit is resource conservation. If you started a garment procuring and selling business, single person doing all the functions of the business, agile marketing will be your lifeline. You can allocate as little as 2,000 rupees per week, rupees 2,000 per week on Google Ads and liquidate your entire inventory. This is the kind of benefit you can achieve, get today, Sakshi. It wasn't possible before agile marketing. So that's it. Hope it builds your confidence.
Thank you very much, Professor Saran, and thank you, Ms. Sakshi. Now, my next youth guest is Ms. Shravani.
Hello, everyone. I am Shravani Sadafle. And
Please speak loudly. Please speak loudly.
Hello, everyone. I am Shravani Sadafle, and currently I am pursuing BBA IB from 𝐂𝐀𝐑𝐔 𝐍𝐄𝐿 University, Pune. And sir, my first question to you is that you have already answered what agile mindset is. So, do you think that it is necessary for all the team members to have an agile mindset? And my second question to you is that we all know that agile marketing is a collective contribution of all the team members. So, should this marketing method and approach should it be preferred for a team consisting of less number of members? Will it affect their working condition and their efficiency?
Interesting. These are the kind of questions which surprise me. Thank you, Shramani. As for the mindset, it has to be shared. You may as well ask me why. You see, technology is a language, and different subsets of it are like dialects. So if I do not have the basic understanding of the dialect, I will not understand the team members. So the mindset is like the language sharing. So my answer is yes, it is necessary for that reason. To work together. Co-working will not be possible if mindset is not shared. Coming to a small team setting and agile marketing, somebody will have to do a very serious, thorough job of describing the roles and responsibilities so that people cannot shift responsibility to the other person. Negative, dysfunctional politics should not be bred in the organization. Otherwise, what will happen is it will kill the agile marketing. Instead of benefiting the organization, will become a stone in the neck of the organization. So that requirement, if met, then a small team will not be a limitation. Thank you, Shravani, for making it.
Thank you very much, Professor Saran, and thank you, Ms. Shravani. Now, my next youth guest is Ms. Simran Banu.
Hello, sir. My name is Simran Banu. I am on my last year of BBA, BBIB. I'm doing my BBIB from Assam Downtown University, Guwahati. So my first question to you would be how companies that are going into an international market can implement agile market into their strategy. And my second question to you would be how agile marketing can work out as a powerful tool for startups. Thank you, sir.
The company which is growing internationally has to face very diverse marketing environment. Agile marketing is just the right one because it does the environment analysis thoroughly at very effective cost benefit ratio. So it is kind of a big blessing for the first question kind of organization. It will be a not only tool to get competitive advantage which is sustainable, but do it with so efficient range of resources that it becomes a viable option. It doesn't remain a theoretical option. Coming to the second one, I think the startups should begin with agile marketing approach because they have still to find a niche. They still have to find product market fit. Without marketing being agile, I do not think they can do a good job. With a efficient team for agile marketing, the startup will achieve its full potential, can become unicorn. Without it, forget it. That's my answer, Simran.
Thank you very much, Professor Saran, and thank you very much, Ms. Simran. Now, my next youth guest is Ms. Shromana Saha.
Hello, sir. Myself is Shromana Saha from Kolkata. I am currently working as a talent acquisition specialist in Inceptual Tech. It's an IT product and service-based organization. So my first question is, in which sector, like in agriculture or in the manufacturing or in a service-based industry, so in which sector the agile marketing method will be much more effective according to you, and why? And my second question is, like, is agile marketing practice is a good indicator for a good governance in software industry?
Wonderful. Again, Sumana, beautiful questions. I'm a little bit surprised, but I think that is because of your talent acquisition experience. Let others benefit from your question. Agriculture or manufacturing or services, those differences do not matter for making agile marketing effective. Data that has come up in the last 15 years has shown that each of them have benefited. Only requirement was it must be done competently, which is what is the basics in business anyway. If you find an incompetent person, even if you give him atom bomb, he will lose the battle. I hope you understand and agree with me, Sumana, on that point. There are beautiful examples in each of them: primary sector, secondary sector, tertiary sector. Broadly speaking, in economics language, they have all been using agile marketing effectively. That is a matter of business acumen, no other factor. Differences in sectors don't matter. And I am very happy with this deep question, whether it is good indicator. It sure is. It takes a lot in all the functions. IT guy must be a smart, HR person must be a smart, operations manager must be very, very savvy in bringing cross-functional competencies. So all these benefits are bundled into one in this one indicator. Sumana, second question is the beautiful one. Thank you for that question.
Thank you very much, Professor Saran, and thank you, Ms. Romna. Now, my next youth guest is Mr. Sujal Sharma.
Good morning, everyone. I'm so glad the respected sir is here with us to help me. My first question is,
please introduce yourself, Mr. Sujal Sharma. Your name?
My name is Sujal Sharma. I'm first year from BBA.
From which college?
From University, Bhopal.
Yeah, your questions, please.
My first question is, how much time does it take for a beginner to implement the agile marketing? And second question is, how is agile beneficial to marketing team of a few people?
Okay. The beginner should start with the established fields. Communication, for example, online advertising, for example. They are before, after kind of a framework. Metrics are well defined and it is easy to learn. Confidence builds very quickly. That is my answer to your first question. Mind about these things. As a beginner, you'll be successful in due course. As for the benefits to a small team, in fact, there is larger justification for a small teams because they don't have a large marketing budget at their disposal. They don't have a large talent pool for a specialization. Agile marketing requires only limited specializations because it is one as a medium of communication tapping. Second one is experimental mindset. These two things are available whether it's a large team or a small team. I hope you get your answer, Sujal.
Thank you very much, Professor Saran, and thank you, Mr. Sujal. Now, my next youth guest is Miss Sayeda.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sayeda GB Bernali. I am a first-year student pursuing BBA IB from Assam Downtown University, Guwahati. So my first question is, sir, can you please name some of the companies or organizations that are currently at present using agile marketing and are successful? And my second question is, everybody is talking about the benefits and advantages of agile marketing. Now, I am curious to know about what are the demerits and limitations of agile marketing, because as we know, everything has its own positive and negative aspects. So yeah, that's it.
You know, anybody who is who today is using agile marketing, all the well-known companies which you know, for example, Google itself uses this technology. Okay, that is a large one, you may say. A small ones like your food delivery guy, Swiggy, uses agile marketing. Okay, so it has become ubiquitous now. In fact, you should be surprised if somebody is not using agile marketing and still is in a technology business. That's how widely prevalent it is. That's my answer to your first question, Sayeda. The second one, very well, very creative. You want me to tell the demerits. Why will a person, you know, criticize his own preferred love system? Since I love agile marketing, why will I tell you the demerits? But anyway, now that we are in a space, sure, the demerit is it does not allow any room for lethargy and subjectivity. These are two demerits that it does not excuse certain.
There's a lot of potential in our youth, and if this potential, if this energy is channelized positively without tutu meme, without all those types of things happening, our country can proudly say that we will be the global leaders for watching our show. Thank you.